All right. Don't know why that I did that. Anyway, just such a long episode 69, literally whatever. Boom. Here, now, you.
Whoa, you've done it. You did the number this time.
Oh, I'm sorry. We can restart. You can do the number.
No, no, not at all. It's totally fine.
Okay. Well, it is episode 69. This episode yeah. I don't know. Listen. I'm going to start right off the top with an apology for last week.
That's right.
Yeah, listen, there's a long answer and a short answer. Short answer is I'm completely rock and roll, and
You just said, "Fuck it."
yeah, I was like I have other shit to do. But the long serious answer is I work a night job. It fucks up your sleep patterns. Like
Yeah.
when you're like, oh, I have the weekend off. I'm going to spend every minute of it awake. So you do that until you pass out. And unfortunately, I slept through our usual recording time. I think I think I was over 24 hours.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah, it'll happen, but you guys don't fucking pay me, so
That's true. You know, it can't always be about the fans, man. We got to look after ourselves sometimes.
spiritual and mental health. I mean, physically, I'll put myself on the line. I'm gonna start boxing kangaroos for the show, but no, I don't know. But yeah, so apologies to you, Cameron, and to the.
We're sorry. And then, yeah, you suggested we do it the next day, but then I was just like, I don't know. I was tired that day.
Well, yeah, like, and because of our time differences and our work schedules, well, the time difference isn't huge, but the work schedule thing,
The damn time difference, 1 hour,
I
it
know.
really gets you.
it really fucks us all up. But no, it's work. Like I said, I work nights. I
That's
can't
true.
imagine you're on the deep night shift for cobbling. So
No, not a lot. Well, there, there could be action in that scene, but not any that I'd want. But no, I'm the total opposite. I'm like a 8:30 to 5 shift.
boom. I was just thinking, you're like, oh, there is action in the late night shoe cobbling game. I'm like, what? Like by elves? Like who?
I don't know. You know, like I don't want to get into it.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up such a sensitive topic, but yes. So apologies. We work different hours. So until people start ponying up some fucking money, we can just record.
Well, yeah, I guess we gotta get that Patreon up first for them to donate. We'll get some tiers going.
some tiers. Tier. If you donate $20 a week, they'll do the show on time. If you don't,
Yeah, it's a good one.
I,
I was thinking there could be $100,000 tier,
oh yeah.
and then you just own the show.
Yeah, you pretty much.
Whoever donates to that one, they do the show now.
Yeah, that's theirs. You've bought the name, all the intellectual property. Like, I was thinking you're going for a second into like a slavery situation where it's like you own us. We talk about whatever you say. We have to go to your house and build pyramids if you want. but
If the gods demand it.
right. we'll turn into giant Egyptotrons and battle for you. But no, I think that's fair. $100,000. I'll take $50,000 to sell. To more or less, we'll be like a startup company. We'll just invent a name.
Yeah.
The Washington Redskins will buy us and change the name of their football team to the Washington literally whatevers. I think that's a cool new way to go.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, so you heard that. We've got a first and a third tier. I don't know. We'll have to come up with a second tier for our Patreon.
Um, yeah, I don't know for what are we at? Do we have a $25 one?
Well, the gap is pretty big. There's a $20 tier, which is we just do the show more or less. But now,
Oh yeah.
now we're withholded to a time structure. And
So yeah. Okay, for $50,
okay,
we'll do a commentary track for a movie.
okay, I'm taking the people aside. Don't listen to this, Cameron. I'll do that for free. You don't have to pay if people are interested.
No, you can't say that. This has
Oh.
to be in the tiers.
Cameron, you're not supposed to be listening. Everybody, I'll do that for free. Okay, Cam, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, $50. Pony up. I'll never do it unless it's for $50.
I don't know. Maybe we'll make the tiers more manageable.
Oh, well, I mean, it's pretty manageable. $20. The $20 one is a joke. The $50 one is fun. But then it jumps up to what I would say is a steep $100,000, but worth every penny. It's a brand. It's a brand you can do.
That's true.
It's a brand you have to pay
Think
to
of
depend on. Yeah.
Think of what comes with this show. You've got like 3 listeners in Japan, and
Oh, thanks,
and
Domo.
upward trend in listeners from the United States.
Oh, that's like the thing is, I kind of feel we can trick people who don't speak English as a first language. It's a lot of laughing and fun, but but people who speak our language are like, what do you see in this? But
Yeah, it's interesting to see a couple of listens, downloads coming in from the US.
this is our big
Like, I'm kind of like, how?
yeah.
I know like 2 people in the States, but I'm not even sure if they're actually listening to this. So I don't
No,
know.
there's only one person. I don't know if they want to know their name. That I think actively listens to it. Like yeah, he's in China though, so maybe that's boosting our
It's
Chinese
true.
numbers. So,
We got one in the Chinese market.
but he's not Chinese, so it's not it's not a big thing in China. It's just him. He's a transplant.
That's a big potential audience though.
well,
I mean-
the biggest essentially, but
Yeah.
they're all rich from what I hear.
Yeah.
They have all our money, but
Anyway,
yes,
we'll sort some of that stuff out later.
sure, we'll work out some tiers.
For $10, we'll actually figure out the tiers.
Yeah, we got to get this baby rolling, but you know, I'm like a rapper. Cash rules everything around me, or whatever that lyric is. I'm a great rapper, guys. I know all the songs, all the raps, all the riffs.
Heck yeah.
Very rapperly of you. Heck yeah.
How gangsta of me.
Yeah, it's true. Well,
Guess what?
I I okay. I don't. That's such a weird. I was gonna say it's a loaded question, but it's not loaded. It's just infinite. I can't. I wouldn't know where to begin. Okay, Cameron. What? What?
Duran Duran update.
Oh, this is my favorite. Apparently, semi-regular. I like the joke was it was supposed to be once, and apparently, Duran Duran, a band, onwards and upwards, still going.
There's a bit of news here.
Oh,
Not really, but there's some interesting stuff.
yeah.
So recently it was the anniversary of Rio.
Happy anniversary,
I don't.
Duran
I'm
Duran.
too dumb to figure out the math. I think it was 1981. But,
Oh.
so recent. It just showed up on Twitter one day, and I don't even follow Duran Duran, surprisingly. But it's just like Duran Duran posted "Happy anniversary to Rio," and I'm like, "Oh, great!"
The people in your computer spying on it are like, well, I mean, he's listened to Rio 200,000 times. He better, we'll let him know. We'll give him this one. Don't have to actively search it.
In other Duran Duran news that is not news,
Right.
just what I discovered.
Sure.
So Duran Duran has the song, because they were so big in the 80s.
Yeah.
They had the opportunity to do one of the themes for James Bond, for A View to a Kill.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's one of their songs. It's called that.
It is. It's very interesting. It's like, oh, what, Duran Duran does a Bond theme? Yes, that is true, and it's a hot track.
It's on the hot tracks.
A View to a Kill is a good hot track. But while I was on Spotify listening to that song, the other songs with the same name would just start playing. So there was like an instrumental version. And then all of a sudden, this like very Nightwish sounding song came on. And I'm like, what's this? Like, I thought it was Nightwish, but it's some other band. I can't remember the name. But it's single-handedly the worst but best cover of a Duran Duran song I've ever heard.
Oh, I'll have to check this little sucker out.
Because this power metal band that sounds a lot like Nightwish,
Right.
instrumental-wise, there's like a guy vocalist, but yeah, they're doing A View to a Kill, and in a very Nightwish-y way. So it's really hilarious.
I
Like, super funny. Like, this doesn't mesh at all. Like, it's like they just like read the lyrics and like, okay,
like it like musically it doesn't sound the same, but it's technically the same song because he's saying the things over some music. So
oh my god, the chorus just killed me. I like died laughing because the chorus for the Duran Duran version is excellent. It's super catchy.
Gotcha.
It's gonna get in your head. You're gonna be singing "Dance into the Fire" like all over the town. And so when I heard this, like,
don't sing that in government offices. Sing that just in the streets.
right. So when I heard this like power metal band doing it, I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my god! It sounds nothing like the song, but it's like so amazing.
That's great. I'm just so transfixed with Nightwish being just. I don't know the song, so it's like. I wish I had a view to a kill for one moment of life.
Yeah, you got to listen to this thing. I put it in the hot tracks already, so I wouldn't forget it.
Ah,
It's by Northern Kings is the band.
It's cool. That's the thing about power metal. They always have awesome band names, but it's like I don't know. I'm gonna exclude Dragon Force from this, although they do fit the mold. All they sing about is dragons and like honor and like bravery. But I don't know. Dragon Force holds a special place in my heart. All the other power metal bands are lame. Just Dragon Force is cool. I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
So my wish is that everybody will listen to A View to a Kill by Northern Kings, but you should probably listen to Duran Duran's version first.
yeah. Would you say it's your night wish?
Okay.
Well, anyway, I there's one I love that song by Nightwish.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had an angel. It's the only one I really know. I've heard other ones, but that one I fucking love. And I think the first time I saw the video was last year. Holy shit! I wish I had an angel by Nightwish. Check that out on YouTube because it's like half of it is like the band just singing and trying to look cool, which is very hard because they're Nightwish. And the other half is like cut in with like a fucking like probably a straight to video science fiction action movie with like Tara Reid. Oh, it's glorious. Best music video on YouTube for sure.
I can't wait to get your reaction on this song though.
I'm gonna check it out. I've got homework.
It's gonna be amazing.
Oh, yeah. I could. Well, we'll check it out for next time. But yeah. So check it.
Well, I was listening to it while I was like packing, and I just like I didn't know that this was gonna come on, and I heard this like it's like orchestral shit happening. I'm like, oh, this must be just some band with the song with the same name.
Right.
And then I start hearing the lyrics. I'm like, oh no, it is a cover. What is happening? And I like dropped what I was doing and just like stood there like listening to this thing and just laughing.
You're like a guy from the 50s. It's like, hold the phone, and you're like standing right next to your quote unquote
I did
radio.
have to hold the phone.
Yeah, well, yes. But you're just next to your radio, like listening on bated breath. Like you found out, like, I don't know, the Big Bopper died or something. Just something. Just like, oh, gee golly, it's my favorite band, Northern Kings. Just. Great. So we got a new hot track. It is Duran Duran.
Yep, it's definitely Duran Duran related. I'm putting both of them in the hot tracks list.
Perfect. So our hot tracks list is just going to be Duran Duran songs and covers of Duran Duran songs.
There's other stuff.
There's some Ghost, I'm sure. I can't.
Yeah, we've covered. Well, yeah, we've talked about the hot tracks. Every hot track we've talked about is in there.
Yes. Well, that's the point of the hot tracks. I'm just saying, great. I guess I'm just like, it's good. I've been listening to Square Hammer a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of like, Ghost is all right, but Square Hammer I've been listening on repeat a lot. It's just it's almost oh, sorry.
I heard that song on the radio one time and I was like so shocked.
Really?
Like just like, you know, just the radio and it was on and it's like, what? What?
Ghost is weird. I think it's I think somebody wants Ghost to be mainstream because
Oh, well, yeah. The
you,
main
but
guy
I
in
mean,
Ghost wants Ghost to be mainstream because one of the songs they're playing on tour now from their upcoming album is like super like pop rocky. It's like more so than Square Hammer. This is
okay.
it's like it's like a real like 80s pop rock song. I'm
That
like, oh shit.
that's well, that's good. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, I was kind of like, I was kind of worried because I was like, it's very, it's pop. Like I was just worried to kind of describe it, but I like it sounded super, not super poppy, but very, very pop rocky, like you said. Crackles in your mouth, haha. But
Yeah, well, I mean that was on their uh this EP called Pope Star, so
Star.
that's what they were going for with that, with the pop thing.
Yeah, they're like, well, let's do it. Let's just although Rats, like that's the latest single you showed me.
Hmm.
A little heavier. Well, a lot heavier than Square Hammer, I'd say. But uh yeah, I'll have to start, we might have to have a ghost report and
Sure thing.
a spectral analysis or something.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Every time just one member of the show just gets a little obsessed with a band for a while, it's like we're gonna do a report on it. But great. You've been gallivanting. I've seen on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Yes. I just got home from Vancouver like a couple hours ago.
Ooh, big city. I was.
Yes. Yes, the big city.
It,
It is a big, it's too big. I always like coming home from Vancouver.
yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of a hayseed anyway, but I've never been like a big, like, big city. Like when I was younger, big cities like frightened me. I'm like, oh my god, there's so many people and so many things to do. And now that I'm older, I'm like, who the fuck would want to just be like in the middle of this all? Like now my hatred of large cities is from a jaded angle. It's like they're all the same. They're just, what the fuck? Who cares? All these goddamn people. Um, but yes, I don't know. Everybody around the world seems to speak highly of Vancouver. When I was there, I was like, I mean, it was fun when we were there, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, it's a cool place, but I'm just not I'm just not much of a city person. I'm just kind of like, yeah, Victoria's good enough for me.
true that. Victoria, like the thing is, Victoria has lots of stuff to do.
Hmm.
A city like Red Deer does not. It's trying. It's trying its very best, but
Yeah.
it has nothing to do in it. That's whatever. No, nobody apparently wants it because I mean, people could make stuff happen, but it's never happened. You know what Red Deer's big cultural thing is? They fucking take up a lane of traffic during the summer so people can sit outside and listen to bar bands play in the sunshine.
What? Really?
That Ross Street patio, yeah, they take out a lane of traffic and parking. They just block it off. They put cement blocks around it.
Wow.
And then they just have like on Fridays they'll just have some weird like local band play, and it's like, I guess it's kind of cool, but you're congesting one of the busiest parts of the city. This fucking sucks if you drive. And
Yeah. Okay. I'll see that, and I'll raise you Victoria's car free day,
fuck. What?
Where-
How?
where they take like I think it's like a few blocks of Douglas Street, which is like the main street. If you remember, that's where the Bay Center Mall is and the Chapters. That
Yeah.
main street.
Yeah.
They block off a few blocks of that street, and they lay sod on the whole thing. And there's like they build like a skate park, and they build like multiple stages, and they have all sorts of vendors set up, and like a whole bunch of shit just going on so that like nobody can drive their car down that street on that day because there's just fucking awesome activities happening.
Well, it sounds like an outside festival and not a
That's
festival.
that's basically what it is. They might as well just call it Outside Fest.
It's like, yeah, we've got skateboarding, we've got not driving. Like, Victoria is a little more commuter friendly. Like, actually, it's a lot more. People are fucking fearless in that town to just cross the street whenever they want. I like it really is tyranny of the pedestrian in Victoria. But shit like that would not fly in Red Deer. Like, everybody's got their loud trucks. They're driving at all hours. It'd be like, what the fuck? They just drive up on the grass, burn out on it, ruining the fucking grass forever. Then, yeah, festival, Outside Fest, Alberta, one and done. No more after that.
Yeah, probably not happening.
It's like, I don't know, cockamamie. That's what I say to that festival. But I live in Alberta, so what are you gonna do? It's fucking crazy.
But yeah, we got on a little bit of a tangent there. But yes, I was in Vancouver this weekend. Went over on Friday. Got back today. I was there for two reasons. I was getting two birds stoned at once.
Very good.
The first reason was I finally got to see Kevin Smith live, which I've been trying to do for a long time. So
nice.
He was doing one of his podcasts there Friday night.
Oh, awesome.
And yeah, so got to go check that out. See how the real pros do it.
Oh, wow. Cameron, I take exception to that. I think we do a fine program. I mean,
I can't understand why anybody would choose to listen to us when Kevin Smith has a podcast empire.
Oh, does he? I know he's got a big one because he's Kevin Smith. He's beloved. Everybody loves Kevin Smith. But
it's true.
Yeah, what else does he have in the old stable?
Oh, he does. He has a lot.
Oh, does he is it just a bunch he does, or does he have like a network? Like,
well, yeah, he owns a network called Smodcast, and he himself does like a bunch of different ones through that network.
Yeah, I think like some of the celebrity. I think Adam Carolla has a network. Anthony Cumia has Compound Media, and I think they just do that. It almost seems like it's just like, hey, I want to pay to hang out with my friends because they all do all the shows on their network. So it's like, well, advertisers, you're going to pay me, you're going to pay my friends. Boom, network.
Mm-hmm. So I was at the one. It's called Hollywood Babylon, and it's him, Kevin Smith, and this other dude, Ralph Garman, who's like, he's done a bit of acting, does a lot of impressions. Used to be a DJ in LA at a big station.
Oh, okay.
So they just chat about random stuff.
Sure.
And it was hilarious.
Well, to be expected for sure. Kevin Smith, a great storyteller. This Garmin chap, the name sounds familiar. I don't know. I don't know any of his work, radio or Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, man, Kevin Smith is just so naturally gifted at being funny. Like it's effortless.
Yeah. He's,
Like he doesn't
yeah.
he's not it's not like doing stand up or anything. He's just talking and it's like the shit he says is just so goddamn funny.
That's great. Like, yeah. Like I said, everybody loves him. It's easy to see why. He's just a cool, he's just a cool dude. I mean, I don't want to spend this entire podcast just be like, oh, Kevin Smith is cool. Everybody knows. But he is.
Yeah, it gave a lot of people a big scare when he had that heart attack and almost died.
Total blockage from what I heard. So it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny. Like I've heard him talk about how people who he thought hated him were like saying, "Glad you're still alive, man."
that's that's highest praise from an enemy. It's like, you know what? I'm glad you're not dead.
It's like I'm hearing from all these people I haven't heard from forever. People who just like would trash my movie to pieces, saying like, it's so good you survived that."
Well, hey, there's something weird. There's something weird about death or even near misses. People just become like people who would probably do the act themselves are like, well, you know what? Maybe I should just let all this aside and like like it was a big act, but now that the person has left the room, so to speak, they're like, okay, I really actually think the guy's cool, but I have to save face, so it's gonna hold
Yeah.
a bitter grudge forever. But I didn't hate him. I'm still glad he's alive. Interesting choice. It's weird because his first choice seemed to be, well, I guess I'm going vegan. I like that. That's the weird. Like if a boxer gets knocked out, they're like, I gotta drink more water. Like I understand he had a shit diet. I thought he was eating healthy though, because he was.
Yeah, he had been, but he's eating healthier.
Yeah. Now nothing has to die, or be sucked from. Well, that's good. I respect vegans who, they're like, I couldn't kill an animal, or I my heart failed because I ate so much animal stuff. I'm like, good on you. You eat that soy, bro, or ladies. There's lady vegans, believe it or not.
Of course.
So yeah, good work on being alive, Kevin Smith. And
Right.
yeah.
So, reason number 2 I was in Vancouver is I've got a friend who lives there. A couple months ago, he contacted me about doing some maintenance on his guitar collection.
Well, okay. I saw you had a post like, oh, I had to make a guitar house call. I didn't realize you had to like fucking go to like Vancouver. I assumed it was in the city you lived, not you had.
No, it was literally a house call. I packed up as much of my stuff as I could. I went over there and I stayed at his house for 2 nights and just worked on his guitar collection.
That must have been like something of a dream come true for you.
It was pretty good.
That's so funny. You pack up your stethoscope and your big shiny mirror
did.
band and hit the. You're like that's like. It's like a world renowned surgeon thing. They're like, I need somebody who can perform this heart transplant right away. Quick, get him on a plane and get him over here.
I did have to perform a pickup transplant.
Great. Was there somebody dabbing your head with a sponge? Just, it's like, oh, this is
No, I was dabbing the sponge with a soldering iron.
boom. I don't know why I said that. That's not the right response to that. Like, like, oh shit, soldering. But that, that's awesome. It sounds that
So yeah, I'm not going to go into further details about that, but
ooh,
came out pretty good.
that's great. Uh, well, you can cut this if you want. I don't know, cause I don't know how much further detail it is. Um, the Van Halen guitar you're working on, like that was that in your friends or is that yours now? I,
No, it's not mine.
I just saw a picture of it. I was like, yeah, I can't remember the caption you had for it, but I'm like, oh sweet, Cam would like to own that. Maybe he does.
No, I actually wouldn't really want to.
Oh, okay. Well, not even just as a collector thing. Like you wouldn't pay money for it, but you'd
I don't know. Well, it's just so that design is just so Eddie's that I'm like, that's his thing. There's a lot of people who have that replica, and I'm just kind of like,
yeah, it's not it doesn't I mean, you play your own music. You're not going to bite off somebody else's style. I get it. That that makes sense. Um
that's why the Zeeb is going to make a comeback.
I was just going to say even though the Van Halen guitar not in the collection, a new member of the Moen family.
That's right. It's gonna end up being Z Mark II, I guess.
See if my is it like the SD Mark II shiny diamonds? I
It's not a shiny diamonds. It doesn't have the uh abalone pick guard or whatever that was.
all
It's just
right.
got a black pick guard. It's
Oh,
like it's like just yeah, I don't know.
maybe it's
I don't know if it has a name right now.
well. Just since we're spitballing, okay, I've got another tier for $1,000. You can name Cameron's guitar.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, call it instead of being Dio inspired, it could be Alice Cooper inspired. You could call it Dirty Diamonds since it's black.
Well, that's true.
I mean, most people would be like, "Why don't you just go Black Diamond?" That's a thing. No.
It's a white guitar though.
Yeah. Well, just throw some dirt on it. Yeah, I don't know. Well, you'll figure it out. You'll play it, and like, have you been playing all this time since the unfortunate the incident, as it's come to be
The
known?
incident substantially less.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I heard you had kind of like your. Weren't you gonna like redo your first guitar and like make it somewhat more playable, like up to your new standard?
No.
No, that didn't pan out, eh? Or no, that's like no, I never did that. You
No,
asked.
I don't think I was ever planning
Okay,
on doing that.
okay. Well, forgive me. Maybe I dreamt I had this conversation. I was just like, oh, you should just make his old his first guitar into his new guitar. That
The
would be
Nova?
cool. The Nova. I thought, yeah, that's right. It's the Nova. I thought you.
No, that's impossible. That's just it's it's just parts now. I've
Oh,
like
well, yeah, quite literally impossible. Uh,
I've harvested that thing quite a bit.
well, well, congrats, Mazel Tov. I don't know what's Japanese for congratulations for our two Japanese listeners.
Kanpai is cheers, so we'll take that.
I think that's Chinese too, but yeah, maybe they know it. Maybe it's close. I don't know. Actually, no. I'm certain Japanese people do not know Chinese for one reason. Japanese people hate not Japanese people. to my understanding. So, uh, like to the point where if even if you're half Japanese, it's very hard to get a good job in
Oh.
Japan. So, uh, hopefully you're full. Hopefully our listeners are full-blooded Japanese. I want important, influential Japanese people to listen to this show. I'm sorry. I don't care. I didn't mean that. You can be whatever ethnicity, whatever ethnic background you want. Thanks for listening.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Like they have a choice. It's like, oh, thanks for your permission. Thanks for your permission that I'm a social outcast because I'm half Korean. I think.
Oh man.
Well,
No one else.
you keep laying these super open-ended questions. It's like, well, Cameron, I don't know what else. Let me know though. Let me know what else.
Yeah, this is a completely different topic.
Yeah.
I was on the ferry, and the announcement comes on, and the guy's like, if you look to your port side, we've got a whale about a mile away out there. And it's like, so people are like rushing over the window, and I'm like it's a mile away. That's
whales
that's
are
not that's not a whale experience. That's like, it's like just a black dot coming out of the water. That's a seal for all you know.
Well, I mean, devil's advocate, whales are pretty big. People probably were like, yeah, I could probably see that. But most of all, I think the fault is with the ferry captain who's like, oh, I fucking hate this. He was just thinking about running this thing to the shore. And he's like, you know what would be not boring? If I just pointed out that whale that somehow I know about. He just,
You could barely see it. There's
Yeah.
people like trying to take pictures. Like, who are you going to show that to? They're going to be like, what am I looking at? Some water?
I saw a whale one time. Great. Anybody who's trying to impress me with stuff they've seen, stop it. The internet exists.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I saw a whale. I'm like, okay. Are you in the picture? Like, are you next to the whale? Well no.
Was the whale like really close, like next to your boat? No, it was a mile away. It's not a whale experience.
Not at all. I mean, it's barely an experience, to be honest. You saw something. Like, it could have been, like you said, a seal, could have been anything. And you're just like, I was there that frightful day when a whale a mile away almost capsized our boat.
Yeah, I've had a couple good whale experiences. And I'm not like telling everybody. You want to hear them? You got to pay us $30.
The whale, I mean, that's behind the paywall.
I have whale stories behind a paywall. If you want to hear them?
How much are you charging for whale stories?
I just said $30.
Oh, you cut out a bit.
Okay.
Well, 30, I think that's pretty reasonable. I mean, I haven't heard them. I don't have $30 to spare. Cameron's he's very secretive of his whale information, so it's a good deal. If you pay $30, you're getting some I was gonna say expert knowledge. Cameron is also
listening to No More Tears is more of a whale experience than this was on the ferry.
That's fantastic. Well, there you go, folks. That's on the hot tracks. So
it is.
You don't even have to pay $30. Although I highly recommend
that one's out there for you.
Kick Cam some bucks. You can hear about a time you saw some whales. I made that sound not exciting, but it's got to be exciting. It's behind the paywall.
Mm-hmm.
He assures it's a good. Would you say you're giving a discount with this on the whale
Um,
experience? Like, are you saying it 30?
for for the amount of whales there were, yeah.
Ooh, 30. There you go. He, you're just gonna talk about each whale individually. It's like then there's then there was this one that swam by. It was a pod, if you will. Cameron Moen, amateur marine biologist,
Right.
emergency guitar surgeon, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and Victoria lover, podcast
That is
goer.
also true.
Yeah, it's a Renaissance man. I
know.
could have said musician, which is an actual good skill, but I'm like, I guess he loves Victoria. But anyway,
Yeah, I'm not gonna do shoe house calls though. That's just not gonna be a thing.
shoes pay the bills. They don't ease the soul. I get it. But
They
well,
they do pay the bills, but doing a guitar house call paid the bills even better.
ooh, extreme guitar services getting real.
That's yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yep, that's. I don't know. I, I guess I really don't. I fucking just mentally just like shut down there. Um, well, that's awesome. Sounds like a very fun weekend full
It,
of.
it it was. I mean, the Kevin Smith show was a lot of fun. That was sweet. The next day was purely work, though.
Ah, I see. But like it was that was your guitar day. Do you even consider that work? Like I know it takes effort and
Yeah,
time and stuff.
it's it is it is work, but it's something I love doing. So
See, I want people to stop saying, "Oh, is it really a job if you love doing it?" It fucking is. You heard it from the Renaissance man himself, Cameron Moen. he, he, it's a job even if you love it. So
it's true.
he's
Yeah, and I was working from about. I think I started from 9:30 and I went till midnight.
n- like
Just
9:30 in the morning till midnight. I am assuming.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Like, I don't know this person. You don't want to share details, which is fine. But who needs all these guitars? Like, what? That's over 12. Listen. I'm bad at time and math, so this is gonna be a bit of a.
that's 2 decades worth of guitars.
Yeah, exactly. They need 2 decades worth of guitar work. My God, but
Yeah, it pretty much was.
felt like it. The well, I like it. I'm picturing like an I Love Lucy episode or like a sitcom from the 50s. It's like all these guitars are broken, and my boss is going to be here to hear the concert any minute. It's a quick call my friend, and then you come in comically like a 50s a Kramer type. You slide in, and you're like, okay, let's get to work. And then you pull up some gloves. Uh, fantastic.
Yeah, man. I do have a little like bag with all my tools in it, so
I
it's pretty much that.
I was wondering because yeah, you said you made the house call, and I'm like, because I know you have a soldering iron, but I'm picturing just you walking up in a doctor's jacket, and then all your tool was like your multi tool that I've seen you use. So it's like I got here as fast as I could, and you just like pull out your multi tool out of your pocket and just start jabbing at the guitar. I don't know how to fix it, but uh, you gotta. Well, yeah, you used to do it professionally, so I
Mhm.
mean, Yeah, it stands to reason you have a toolkit, tools of the trade.
I do.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right. So we
I
never
oh,
we never
sorry.
got a chance to talk about Infinity War. I don't know if we want to do that now or
Hmm. It's we've got 10 minutes left, so it's going to be one of those things where it's like we're
we don't have a time limit.
we don't, but I mean, if we want to try and keep like it's probably well, okay, we can get into it and
I
I,
think
I
we've given them a long enough episode for anybody who hasn't seen the movie. Then they just stop now.
well, yeah, and I mean, as far as time concerns go, I'm like, well, then I don't have to think of anything to say next week if we just do Infinity Wars next week. But not only it has enough time passed that spoilers are on you, also you can read the description. We didn't do one last week, so
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
we kind of owe them a long episode anyway. Okay, well, that was a good movie.
And the review is in.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think they needed me to tell them that nobody was
Right.
it's I
It's
mean yeah.
it's a incredibly fantastic, fun, amazing movie. If you've seen the 18 other movies that come before it,
I was just going to say it's the culmination of 10 years of movie watching.
exactly.
So it better be fucking good. And to be honest, I didn't
Anybody going into this movie who hasn't, this is their first Marvel Universe movie, you're probably like, what
it would make
the fuck is going on?
exactly. It would make zero sense. It's kind of the equivalent of coming in on like the
This
last
is-
Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's like you're starting a book on the last chapter.
I would say like a book in the middle of a trilogy of books or something. Like you start on the second book, maybe halfway through the second book, where you're like, and then this person did this. It's like, well, who is that? I mean, this is interesting, I guess, but I have no context.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it. I was actually kind of expecting it to be a little bit of a bomb. I mean, a not a bomb, just it's expectation. There's so many expectations on
Yeah.
it. Like, is everybody going to be good in it? It's. I mean,
Yeah, it's like a huge undertaking because like there's so many heroes now and they're trying to cram as many as they can into one movie. And it's like, how's that gonna work? And the way they made it work is incredible.
it was good. They kind of just kept people in individual set pieces. The thing, one of the oh my voice cracked. One of the major things. Oh God, calm or okay. Anyway, one of the major things I was worried about is like when I saw Thor teamed up with the Guardians. I'm like, oh no, it's just gonna be jokes every time you see them. But no, the comedy in it was really good. Like,
Oh, that worked so well. I loved that pairing of Thor and Rocket. It was
Yes.
like
So-
somehow just so perfect.
it was amazing. Like, yeah, it was just so weird. Like, especially coming out of Ragnarok, I'm like, obviously the movie, not the event.
Yeah.
But when Thor Ragnarok, it was just that weird, like, kind of awkward humor. Where it's just like, look at how absurd this is. Isn't just the
Yeah.
absurdity of it funny? And it's like, no, it was funny maybe the first time, and now I don't remember how long that movie is, but let's say it's 2 hours. 2 hours of it was not good. It was infuriating. In fact, I'm
I
just
had fun with that movie.
sorry, I didn't. That was just my natural response. I didn't mean to dismiss your opinion. It's just that I was like, I certainly didn't. it could have just been a bad day, but I not into it. It looked kind of cool, but um,
Yeah.
anyway, so that was a big plus for me. Was all the comedy worked out?
It really did. Like, it was some of the lines were just the best. Tony Stark calling Doctor Strange a wizard just randomly.
All the time. Yeah,
Like that was really good.
As true as it is funny. That's yeah, it was great.
And then every time the rabbit joke happened, I just got a kick out of that.
So rabbit.
Thor just calls Rocket Raccoon a rabbit.
Yeah, it was very yeah. It's like the idiots can stay here. You and I will go for the hammer. It's just like,
Yeah.
man, this is the humor Thor was always meant to do. Just the I don't. I'm kind of above the situation, fish out of water,
Mhm.
kind of. Yeah, it was great. It was funny. Uh, yeah,
Yeah. Well, you needed some good levity to counteract the rest of the movie, the heaviness of that.
Jesus Christ. It was insanely like I wouldn't say insanely sad. I wasn't crying, but a lot of there's some heavy shit in it.
Yeah, they really hammered home how much of a threat Thanos was, which is great because I was like, I don't know, are they going to be able to pull off Thanos? And they did very well.
Well, the thing is, I've never read the comics, so I don't kind of get the nature of the Soul Stones. Like by description, it's like, well, they'll never beat Thanos, but I felt like it was the thing is with such when somebody is like I've got the weapon that can control all the fabric of the universe. It's like, well, how the fuck are they even gonna win? But it very
They don't. That's how.
well they don't. But I mean, it was closer than you think it should be. He's not just running around. Just the like it was very well like Thanos was somewhat like it was competitive. To make it sound like a sports analogy, like it wasn't just like one. He didn't just steamroll him completely. I mean, he was always like, "Holy shit, he's lifting up the Hulk." That's oh boy, they're in trouble. But it was
He beat the shit out of the Hulk and made the Hulk not want to come out again.
yeah. I just I just love I just thought it was so funny because it's like one of the thoughts I've always had is like, why doesn't anybody just teach the Hulk how to do like Muay Thai or like jujitsu or anything? Not that he'd need jujitsu, but why don't they teach him how to like actually throw a punch instead of Hulk smash? And then Thanos shows why it's such a good idea because he just instead of just like I'll pick him up and throw him, he picks him up and then just fucking John Wicks his ass, just fucking knees and punches. I was just like, yeah, yeah, this is fucking sweet. So I was way into it.
Yeah, it was pretty insane because I read the Infinity War comics like about 11 years ago now.
Kind of when it was first announced, or a little bit.
No, I was like I had yeah, that was just because I was just reading comics. Like this was before
yeah.
the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, even like before the first Iron Man movie. I read those books.
Right. Okay.
So that's why I was like so hyped after the end of the first Avengers because they do the little scene with Thanos. I'm like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
Are they going there? Because when I read those comics, There's no way I would have ever believed there'd be a movie attempt of it.
Well, from what I've heard, well, I mean, I've seen the result. So it's like everybody in the comics, pretty much everybody bites it. So
Yeah, there's it's comics though, so
well, yes,
so you're like you read the one issue and it's like holy fuck, they're all dead.
yeah.
Wow. That's pretty brutal.
Well, and like the thing, yeah, sorry,
Iron Man gets decapitated in the comic.
yeah. Wow, that is pretty vicious. The one thing I actually wanted to start my review off with it, but I'll just say it now. Infinity Wars was so good, it made you forget that all the people that die in it have a movie in the next block of Marvel movies. Like, clearly, everybody knows who lives. Like,
Yeah, that's the only like flaw is like, yeah, this all happened, but it's comics.
well, and it's different in comics because sometimes people don't come back. Like, they're just like, nobody wants to write this character anymore or whatever, or we're done with this character. We'll wait 10 years and relaunch them when the universe is reborn. But no, it is just it like that's what I thought about Infinity Wars was like that's how good it was. You get so wrapped up in it. You get so invested. Like I was sad about well, I mean we're spoiling anyway.
Yeah. The most surprising one for me was Gamora. That was like,
oh really?
Holy fuck.
It was really sad. I was just like,
Yeah,
oh shit.
that was insane.
Honestly, Gamora not my favorite Marvel character. Like she just didn't have like a lot of depth. So but I don't know, they just gave her this whole thing with Thanos and it's like, wow, that's heartbreaking. I don't know if I could take many more of these.
and they keep coming.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the saddest one was Spider-Man by far.
Well, yeah, like the way he goes out was like, oh man, that's rough.
Well, it just really, I think there's something visceral in it when you see a young guy like, I don't want to leave. It's like, oh my god, no! This is like a fucking Vietnam movie or something. I can't. This is.
Yeah, he's less. I don't know. He dies in the comic, but
Well, they all die, but I mean,
it's not. It's not like a moment. It's just like Spider-Man's dead.
After defeating everybody except Thanos, Spider-Man dies.
You see, well, like I was saying, you see Iron Man get decapitated. Like there's a panel of that,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, Iron Man's head was removed, and then it's just like another panel of just like, and now Spider-Man is dead.
He's laying in a body of all your favorite Marvel heroes.
Well, that's what I was like thinking when I read that. I was like, God, if I was a kid like reading this comic and it just ends with like all of these heroes are just dead now.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it's gonna go next. That would have like freaked everybody out.
It's like when Optimus Prime died, like kids were fucking just barricading themselves in their room.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm hearing about this movie is like kids who don't know where this is probably going to go, who don't know the fact that there's like films in the works already.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the kids who just see all this shit happen on screen are like devastated.
I am going to say they left the A string pretty much intact. So it's Black Panther bites it. Saudi Arabia has probably barricaded themselves in their room. The first Western movie in 35 years.
See another movie again.
Yeah, well, it's like I'm sure like they're close to Turkey, and they're all oil barons or oil sheiks or
Hmm.
oil royalty. So I'm sure a great deal of the population has seen the movies, but I just thought it was so. Even in the theater, I was thinking that's so funny. They had the first Western movie in 35 years, and they kill the star of it. And the very next movie, month about a month later, they're just like, fuck it. Sorry, cultural icon here evaporated.
Yeah, uh is something else. Like I just didn't know what to fully expect because I knew they were teasing the snap thing, like even in the trailer.
Yeah,
I was like, oh man, are they gonna do it? Are they really gonna do it? Because like in the comic, the snap thing does happen. It's the same. It's different, but it's like he gets all the stones and he does the snap, and then half of the universe is gone.
right.
So it was just wild, like witnessing that in a movie. And they even like fade it out the same way. They fade it to white, like in the comic, it like shows the panel, and it like then it goes to just a white one. It's like that was just cool.
That a nice little homage to the comics. I the thing is, Thanos is probably certainly in the Marvel universe like the best type of villain. One that if you just had one you could get behind, like his
Well,
his
yeah, he did have a motivation, and it was like it's terrible, but you can see the point.
well his reason like his reasoning is sound. Like the thing I like is Thanos is just like you're on Earth, you're like, oh shit's going to hell, we're running out of gas and the ozone's
Hmm.
all fucked. Thanos comes down and he says the universe is running out of resources, and then you're like, what, the universe? We were going to go there. We were
Yeah.
that was plan B, was to be in the universe. It's like, no, it's the universe is running out everywhere, I need to kill half of you. It's like, well, that's the second piece of bad news I've had today.
Well, I like that he wasn't just like even in all those encounters with everybody, he wasn't there to like specifically kill people.
Yeah,
He was sort of just like, you guys are kind of in the way of what I want to do. Like even when he has that confrontation with Tony, and he's just like, I gotta get rid of you, you're in my way. But then he's just like, I hope they remember you.
yeah, yeah. Like he really did. Like he's really not like a. Yes, he wants to wipe out half the universe, but he's doing it in the least dickish way possible. He's
He's
just,
doing it at random.
well, yeah. Except for all the, except for the original Avengers, he's doing it at
Yeah, which
random.
is kind of the interesting thing. It's like, I don't know, that kind of makes the next movie after this like, oh, they left the original core Avengers. So like I thought probably some of them would go in this movie.
Yeah, like I. Here's the thing. Like since like Civil War, I've heard like Chris Evans kind of has like a death clock. I'm like I'm waiting for him to die in a movie
Yeah.
and Bucky to replace him, because apparently Chris Evans was like, I don't know if he was mad about like I don't want to be here anymore, but I think he's like, I've got other stuff I want to do. Um,
Yeah.
so I've kind of been like,
They're lining these replacements up for Cap, and then both of them are gone
yeah,
in this movie. It's like, oh shit. Uh, right.
guess
Well,
you're in.
guess Cap's still around for a bit.
Well, even like just outside of the movie, like again from like just a logical place, it's like, well, that would have been this would have been a great place to get rid of Cap, and then, well, no, because he's coming back anyway. But it would have been a good place to really show, like, hey, Bucky can be Cap. He'll just take right over, and then when Cap comes back, he'll retire. Great. Instead, they're like, nah, he's here for another movie. It's like, it's technically not a Captain America movie, this one. You're still contracted to be in it. It's like, damn you, Marvel. You own me. It's like, that's right, Chris Evans. Don't you forget it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's some theories out there. I'm kind of leaning to it might be some sort of thing where in order for like the half of the universe to come back, that the core Avengers have to make sacrifices, basically.
Yeah, I was just thinking, from the outside perspective, they're gonna wipe out. I bet you. Here's my predictions. You might see Scarlett Johansson around, but you're getting rid of your Robert Downey Jr. He's gone.
Yeah, I think at least Cap and Iron Man.
Yeah, they're out. Well, yeah, Thor will be around. Yeah,
he's a god.
He is a god. But they have they have Stormbreaker now.
Yeah, that's fucking sweet. I hope what's his name?
Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill. I hope he comes looking for his fucking axe.
Yeah, it's like I like and dislike Beta Ray Bill. For those of you who don't know, there's just an alien who kind of becomes like Thor 2.
Yeah. He's a horse-looking alien.
He's an alien horseman who is as good as Thor, and Odin is just like, you're cool, and he gives him a hammer. Then he starts dressing like Thor. It's kind of creepy.
I know, it's so weird. I so want that character to come into play.
I would too. Well, they gotta. I think already.
I think it'll happen because at this point, I remember a time where like they would never do that, but now we're at a point where it's like, yeah, they'll probably do that.
Of course, weren't they contemplating a Dazzler, or putting Dazzler in something? I'm like, oh, you're using the fucking Dazzler. Come on.
I mean, like at this point, they're probably like, yeah, we can put a horse alien that looks like Thor in the movie.
Sure,
that's fine.
I mean, we won't have. We'll just have to pay a guy to do the voice acting. We can just write Thor out. That would be funny if they
That's
just replaced...
probably what's going to happen, actually.
Yeah. Straight up replace Thor with a horse alien. With Beta Ray Bill.
They might as well.
Sure. I've always hated that his name was Bill. I thought...
I don't know. Marvel is just funny that way. Well,
it's because... I think DC did it too, but they acquire all these, like they gobbled up all these series and like different comics, so now they're stuck with this character. Not stuck, but they're like, well, we have this character. It kind of doesn't fit, but we'll like shoehorn it into something. I was reading the other day, I can't remember her name, but the girl who plays Jessica Jones from the blonde one, Trish. The girl who plays Trish, Patricia Walker. She's a superhero in the comic books.
Hellcat.
But before that, she was just like, it was like she was just an Archie comic person. It was just like some girl that was around that did like, oh, I have a friend that is silly, and that's the point of this comic. And somebody's just like, do we have the rights to Patricia Walker? It's like, we do. Yeah, let's turn her into a cat superhero. We don't have enough of those, so we'll just do that.
Fair enough.
I wonder if that's the same thing. They're just like, we've acquired the rights to this horse alien monster. Thor hasn't done anything in a while. let's give him this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna happen. They can do Ego the Living Planet. They could do Beta Ray Bill.
Well, it's a little bit like they can do anything. I mean, they're quickly running out of material.
Yeah.
They're kind of hitting like once they have scrolls and stuff, you're like, well, this is the end game. Marvel is winding down. But
Yeah, they even threw the Watchers in Guardians 2.
yeah.
I was like, what? They threw those big-headed motherfuckers in there. Jesus.
It's true, those freaky looking guys. Yeah, I'm excited for Skrulls. I like Skrulls. But anyway, it's not a question of will they, because they will. I mean, they've got another 10 years of movies to make. It's a question of should they. It's like, is Beta Ray Bill compelling enough to give him his own series and possibly replace an Avenger? I don't know.
I think they'll make it happen. They'll make it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty soon everyone's going to be saying, yeah, I like Beta Ray Bill.
Everybody.
I don't know.
It's just weird because
Everybody knows who Thanos is now, so that's like a crazy weird thing.
yeah. Like,
No,
yeah.
every like 10 years ago, or not 10 years ago, but when the first Avengers movie came out and you see that weird purple guy with the weird chin,
Yeah.
everyone's like, who's that? Why is this a big deal at the end of the credits?
And
I was the person in the theater going, holy fuck, it's Thanos.
It's like, this is the deepest cut, folks. Nobody realized
and now
it.
everybody is just saying Thanos. Like, yeah, that's nuts. I knew who Thanos was.
You've heard it here first. Cameron, he knew about Thanos before all y'all. You guys are all posers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I only heard him by name, but one question. I have two questions, and I think you kind of answered one. My first one was going to be, so how, like, what's the difference between the comic? I was kind of thinking that, because I think the motivation in the comic is a little different.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Okay.
It's silly.
Yeah, which is why I was like, wow, this is such a...
It's so much better in the movie, but the comic is just like he's in love with Mistress Death.
Of course. Who isn't?
And it's like and his whole thing is like, what can I do to impress her?
I just like the ultimate being of the universe has a crush, and it's just like, I'll get her to know. Well, actually, this sets a bad precedent. There are people who do that, who just fuck up society to get the attention of people. So Thanos is that. I don't really want to make a joke about it because they're anyway. Not gonna make the joke about it because it's bad timing. But anyway,
there's
yeah.
actually kind of a reference to it in the first Avengers movie. There's one line. It's like I don't know. It's like to do this would be to court death. Which is a reference to that.
I see. Well, like, yeah. I was just, I kind of had a feeling. It kind of seems like halfway through they're like, oh shit, this is real. We've got to kind of
with this. And actually, the weird thing is because Mistress Death in the comic is like this is a skeleton in like a black robe with like a hood, and so when they go to that in the movie, when they go to that one planet, and there's like the robed figure there, I'm like, wait a sec, what?
The old switcheroo.
They did a switcheroo. I'm like, are they going here? And it was another skull-faced person, but
Just insane reference. I'm kind of hoping the Red Skull comes back because I just think I the red the Red Skull is a cool design. I'd like to see him more.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest surprise of the movie. I was like, what?
Which is weird because it's just a cameo by
Yeah.
to a common moviegoer. It's just like, oh, it's that guy. Why is he here? It's like because we wanted him in here. We paid $20,000 for that mask. We're using it again.
Well, for everybody who's been saying since the first Captain America movie, Red Skull's not dead, man. He's not dead.
You think this was half a fuck you to like, oh no, he's dead. This is the Kylo Ren reveal. This is like your parents were junk farmers and the Red Skull is dead. Fuck all of it. Disney is squashing is squashing fan theories, just going out of their way.
No, Red Skull's been alone on a weird planet guarding the Soul Stone.
Yeah,
forever.
I guess he is technically alive, isn't he? I was just like, yeah, he's dead. This is anybody wearing a black cloak in a comic book movie is they're dead. um but yeah, I like that scene. I just like Thanos. He's my new favorite. I just like
Yeah, he was done so well. It was like, oh man, this is like he is a huge threat in the comics, so he's the greatest threat. He's the most threatening Marvel villain there's ever been.
right.
So it was just like it was super good, the movie.
Well, and like it's like Age of Ultron should have been two movies to make it an Age of Ultron. I'm
Yeah.
still fucking bothered by that.
Week of Ultron.
Yeah, it's so I don't know. Anyway, question 2.
Mhm.
This is going to be a tough one. I don't even have my own answer for this, and I've been pondering it. Best superhero movie, and the thing is, I'm putting it against Logan, which makes it a tough choice because they're almost a different caliber.
Yeah, you kind of. That's a tough one. I think this might be the best. I don't know. It's probably the best superhero movie. Because there's the most amount of superheroes doing superhero things, and it's like the way the movie plays out. The way I was looking at it is like this is like reading comics because they would do a scene and it would like get up to this climactic point and then they'd cut to something completely different. I'm like, oh, this is just the next issue
yeah.
where it goes to something new, and you're like, oh, what happened to what was going on though? And then it comes back to that later.
It's also like comics because everybody announced what they were doing before they were going to do it. Like, I'm about to punch you, Thanos. No, it didn't happen. That's what I love about comics, though, because you have to somewhat explain what's going on. So everybody's just running around shouting what they're about to do to everybody.
I'm going to break your ribs, Spider-Man.
Well, they don't write that anymore. That's just a waste of ink. That's happening. That's regardless.
That's just in every second panel in a Spider-Man comic.
Angaha, my ribs. Didn't he mention his ribs in Spider-Man Homecoming? I think he mentioned something about hurting his ribs, I think.
I don't remember that, but I know I will never know for sure, but in Civil War, when he gets beat up pretty badly, he's like rolling around on the ground and he's clutching his ribs.
Maybe that was it. I
And
know
I'm
that.
like, did they know about that? Was that just a coincidence, or were they like, yeah, we know Spider-Man hurts his ribs all the time?
He's got insurance on them. Like, I think it's because it's very easy for somebody so slight to, when you see them clutching their ribs, it's like, yeah, I totally believe that. Even if he is slight of frame, can lift a car over his head. It's like, yeah,
But somehow the supervillains are always breaking his ribs in the comic.
he's got no guard. He's gotta protect those ribs. Arms nice and close for boxing.
There's so many times where you read those bubbles and it says my ribs.
If he doesn't say it when it's happening, he says it later. When the fight's over, he'll just be in an alley, hunched over a garbage can, like, "Oh God, my ribs!
I know.
I can't
It's
do
so
this.
good.
I have to stop doing this or get rib armor. I don't know, something."
Something like that.
Yeah.
With great power comes also great rib pain.
Yes, apparently so. Thanos, he doesn't have ribs. He had to have them taken out. That he has such great power. That you think it's Gamora he sacrificed? No, the deleted scene is he rips out his ribs and throws them into the pit after. No, he only throws away half his ribs. He's practical about it. But yeah, as far as Logan,
I think that's like a better movie.
yeah, it got a little. I spent the last week finding qualifiers for it too, where I'm like, well, this is something, and it's like Infinity Wars is this, and Logan is something else, and it compares.
Well, yeah, Logan like transcends its multiple genres basically,
and it's kind of only a superhero movie because there's technically a superhero in it. Like it doesn't have the same feel as like any Marvel, any DC, or even any of the other Wolverines. It's just
it has more in common with Western movies.
Yeah, definitely. Like the way this is one of the douchiest ways to compare movies I've heard, but I feel it's somewhat apt. Infinity Wars was a movie and Logan was a film. I hate that analysis, but it fits, I think.
It's true. Logan has like one of the best endings ever.
Yeah. It kind of surprising, to be honest. Like
because they so easily could have fucked up that ending. Like I can just see the studio being like, no, we need to like, I don't know. The studio probably wanted to do something else, but they end on just like, it's just perfect.
Yeah, leave it how to you just see you see Logan's daughter sitting at a cafe table and she looks over. Professor Xavier and Wolverine are drinking coffee.
she's at a cafe.
Yeah, a little cafe in France. I'm having my morning coffee and I look over and you're sitting there happy with your wife.
Oh man.
That would have been the perfect ending. Don't fool yourself, Cameron.
I guess so.
Oh, we're just going to
No, not that like incredibly devastating, like amazing ending that they have.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just I'm bored of just movies or if I've got something inside of me kind of screwed up. I love sad endings to movies now. I just like, maybe it's just I'm older and it's like, well, now I enjoy feeling like I enjoy when something makes me feel anything, which sounds really bad, but I strictly talking about movies. But like, yeah, it's like Infinity Wars was great, Logan was great, Birdman great, just anything with a sad ending. I'm like, I loved it.
Terminator 2.
Yeah, I guess. I fear the robot race, so I wasn't attached to it. But yeah, I could see that was sad. The thing was, it's not sad when they give a thumbs up. That he is like, it's all right. I'm going to robot heaven. I'll be there
That's That's the closest thing John Connor ever had to a father.
I guess, but I feel that it's more of that's the closest thing he ever had to his son. He teaches it.
Yeah,
He
true.
teaches it everything. But yeah, I mean, if you haven't checked it out, go check out Infinity Wars, so that little independent film.
Yeah, it was highly recommended. But you
I
just have to watch 18 movies before it.
yeah, I mean, see, the thing was, I like, I'm so like, I'm kind of done with superhero movies, so I'm like, I'm gonna watch Infinity Wars. That's it. I've scratched them off the list. I mean, who's left? Doctor Strange. It was all right, but
I liked that movie.
I did too. But I'm like, I don't need to see every Doctor Strange. Uh, like, but I don't know. Maybe I have to stay in it. Like, I kind of like. It was to the point where it's like I'm kind of liking the Netflix Marvel stuff like better. And I
Oh
should
yeah.
just say The Punisher and Daredevil. I like those.
Yeah, I didn't finish The Punisher yet.
I haven't finished it either, to be honest, but it was all right.
Daredevil is definitely the best one out of all of them.
Yeah, hands down. It like I was gonna say maybe excluding the Captain America movies, probably the best Marvel stuff. Guardians is actually the best, and then Cap, then Daredevil. Um, but last season of Jessica Jones is all right.
I didn't even watch that one yet either.
Yeah, it's all right. It's again, it's like kind of my thoughts on Doctor Strange. You probably don't need to watch all of them, but
Yeah, yeah,
since The Defenders was not great, I'm like, eh.
yeah. I was like, oh, that's kind of a waste.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. Luke Cage is 50-50. Iron Fist was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't. I watched like the first episode and then half of another episode, and I'm like, this is fucking garbage.
Did we talk about Iron Fist? Like,
No.
no, that was in the hiatus period. The further. Yeah, what a fucking rotten pile of garbage. This inconsistent, dumb character. I don't know. Like, oh, I want to be, I want to be super rich and run this company, but also I was a monk, so I shouldn't want to. Like,
Yeah,
it goes totally, I don't know. Oh, like instead of playing the like, oh, I was a monk, I was raised as a monk, they're like, no, I grew up in the 80s. That's his it's like he was frozen in time. It's like, no, he's lived an entire life. He talks about eating donkeys and shit. He should be just a humble monk guy who's like,
yeah.
I'm forced to be a billionaire because I use my money to help people or something. Just not like I'm a Rand. I it's cool being
Yeah,
rich.
I watched, like I said, like an episode and a half, and I was just like, I can't watch anymore.
Yeah. Fair enough. I get where you're coming from. I only stuck it out because
That show is as bad as younglings being murdered.
100%. Yeah. It's just kind of like I like I liked Colleen Wing in it. She was in Star Wars. She's in Force Awakens. She's an X-wing pilot.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that's cool. And then I was like, now I have no interest. That's the only interesting thing about that is I have to take people out of it and put them in other things. And before anybody's like, well, Iron Fist was the Knight of Flowers in Game of Thrones. I don't watch Game of Thrones anymore. I became a book snob about it, and I was like, fuck it, I'm out. It's too different. Anyway, Infinity Wars was good. So
that's what we've come to. It was good. It's really good.
I kind of wish it wasn't, because now Solo has to be just fucking ace. I mean, it doesn't have to, but I want every Star Wars to be better than the other big movie it's coming out against.
Well, yeah, Solo has to compete with Deadpool 2 as well.
Ooh, that's rough, because Deadpool 2 looks really good.
It does. It looks pretty funny. There's a couple a couple jokes in the latest trailer that just like killed me. I'm like, oh man, this is good.
Well, I didn't really like Deadpool because I'm like, oh, because it's that, like, what it was in Thor Ragnarok. Well, it's different than Thor Ragnarok. It's like all outside references, like breaking the fourth wall. This is great. It's like, no, it's a cheap laugh, if you ask me. But, yeah, the first one was good. And I'm like, well, the second one's gonna really kick it up. It's gonna ruin itself. But I'm like, nope, second one looks fucking sweet. And Josh Brolin is the man. He's gonna be.
Yes, he's proven he's pretty awesome at things.
Yeah,
he was actually he was in Victoria not like a while ago. He was at the bookstore that's like all on the same street where I work, like a couple stores down.
Did he buy? Was he buying comic books or something? He's like, I gotta research this role.
I don't know, but he was just, yeah, I guess he was just chilling out in that huge bookstore.
This is according. Did you spy him? Like you were just putting some nails in a shoe and you look over?
No, I didn't spy him. I just saw. I'm like, oh, he was in that bookstore that's like really close to where I was at the time.
I just want Josh Brolin to, like, if I ever met him, I wouldn't ask like, oh my god, you're such an amazing actor. It's like I just be like, do the Tommy Lee Jones impression, because he. Can you call me Slick? Like, it just was like Shirley Clark. Like I just, it's perfect Tommy Lee Jones impression in. I think it's Men in Black 3.
Yeah,
This did going to be in 2 summer blockbusters. Talking about easily his worst movie.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, I loved him in Men in Black 3. It's so good. But he's a great actor. So, I mean,
he could play young Two-Face.
That's a good. Would you want him to just do the Tommy Lee Jones impression, or would you want him to like actually act? Because I
don't know.
This is the Logan Infinity War debate all over again.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna have to justify it somehow. It's like, well, if Schumacher's directing, of course I just want him to be.
I want to see zany Two-Face again.
Of course, zany Two-Face is my favorite because
he starts parties with a bang.
It's true. Yeah, he's got blind, stupid, doodah, clueless luck. It's the best kind of luck, if you ask me. But
I know.
Good. Well, good spring for movies. I don't even know what's coming out this summer.
Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World.
Oh, right.
The world is ending, or whatever.
Yeah, My Kingdom Come or something.
Should have been Jurassic Universe, obviously.
That's a missed opportunity. Fucking fighting mutant dinosaurs on the moon. Come on. The thing is, I was telling a bunch of people. Well, not a bunch of people. I've told a couple of people my idea of what Jurassic World should be, and they kind of did that. They kind of like, oh, we just weaponized dinosaurs in secret. I'm like, that's what Jurassic World should have just been. is they go to the island to save dinosaurs or like study dinosaurs. Mine was just the UN sends them to like, are these real animals? I mean, they're just
Mhm.
clones, so some contrived bullshit. But they go to the island and then they find out the military's making more super dinosaurs. I'm like, that would be a good idea. Then it's still people versus the dinosaurs, essentially.
Yeah.
Now, so they kind of do that, but then they turn one into like a Freddy Krueger dinosaur. It like haunts children's
Yeah.
dreams or something.
The trailer looked so bad.
We
I was
crossed it with.
like, what the fuck?
It's,
And
yeah.
there's a volcano. All right.
Well, the first trailer I saw when it was just them, like it was them, and then they were on the island of the volcano. I'm like, could be kind of just like a fun popcorn movie. Like, just it looks exciting and all that. But then they add the the thing is they keep like wanting to make like, oh, this dinosaur's the villain. It's like, no, just make
Yeah.
all the dinosaurs a problem.
They're dinosaurs. They're a threat.
Why do we have to make it like, oh, we all hate this dinosaur, right? The T-Rex is fine. We all love the T-Rex, Stegosaurus, the Raptors are cool. But you should hate this fucking evil horror movie amalgamation dinosaur. It's the DNA of a raptor. Jason and
Jason.
Mike Myers.
Not Michael Myers, the horror character, but Mike Myers.
It makes a one really popular series of movies and then
It's-
just fizzles out.
Specifically, Love Guru Mike Myers. That's what makes it scary.
Yeah. Sorry, horror fan aficionados. I should have said Michael Myers. I'm on less formal terms with him, but yes. Yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know. I'll probably still watch it. Because here's the thing: Jurassic Park, the first one, probably one of the all-around best movies in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It just good for kids, good for uh, adults, and just the plot simple. It's kind of like I don't know why this is a bad comparison, but I feel compelled to make it. It's like The Gray with dinosaurs instead of wolves. But the point I'm meaning is like the bad like the thing they're against is like a force of nature, not
Yeah.
really a bad guy that can like reason with them and stuff. Which is always kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more. I guess it's kind of like a disaster movie. If only they had Liam Neeson, who is a trained Irish sniper who could retire dinosaurs. I don't know. Um. Anyway, well, was there anything else coming out, or is that the only thing I don't look forward to seeing?
Well, there is Venom.
That's a rough one for you, pal. You're the if I think Venom, I think Cameron Mullen right away. Biggest Venom fan I know, certainly.
Did you see that trailer?
Not the newest one, just the one where Ed Hardy shakes a bunch, and everybody's like, "Hey, bad things are bad." So, yeah,
Oh man. Yeah, it hurts.
is Venom actually in it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check this out. I this is like this scene in Seven. Like, what's in the box? I just like I know what's in the box. I just don't want to see what's in the box. Oh, this is wow. I've got a bunch of homework. I've got one good homework and one bad homework.
I got to get your live reaction on the Venom trailer.
Okay. Well, do you want to do a next one or do you just want to get it right now?
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now. Okay. YouTubing. Do, do,
I mean,
do.
you know you know about Venom.
I know about Venom. I have the trade paperback of Venom.
Yeah.
like where they're like, "Hey, this is Venom's story," and I have that. And I like Venom. I always felt that because for a while there they tried to like, no, he's an anti-hero. Like, no, just make him Spider-Man's nemesis. And I was actually talking the other day. I'm like, why? I think it kind of came up because I'm like, it's kind of they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot, making Venom like they're kind of really Venom is coming out real early for this new
Yeah.
like
Well, it's not involved
oh sorry
with
I just saw the
Spider-Man in any way.
thumbnail. That's not good. But but my thing was yeah, I'm like I can't do two things at once apparently. My thing is that Venom is kind of like the Thanos of just uh
Of
ooh
just Spider-Man.
oh, yeah, I mean possibly Carnage, but he's kind of like his big bad, I guess.
Well, I mean, the whole
You
point
would
of
yeah.
Venom is uh his hatred for Spider-Man. That's what makes Venom a character. Is Eddie Brock and the alien symbiote separately, their hatred for Spider-Man coming together as one entity.
Yes. It's like what uh let's have Spider-Man not involved at all. He's just an alien suit. So I'm 2 seconds into the trailer. I just paused it to talk for a bit. And already it's Ed Hardy shooting one of Venom's tentacle things. Um, okay, I'm just gonna play it right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're back.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. That is wow, that's going to be super bad.
Yeah.
They call
It's
them symbiotes. God.
well that like threw a lot of people off. It's like, what? We've
And,
we've been saying symbiote our whole lives.
you know how people speak English? Well, that's you should add that to the movie. But
And it's like,
oh,
what? I don't know, Tom Hardy's doing some weird character
well,
version
yeah.
of Eddie Brock. It's like, no, Eddie Brock's a tough New Yorker.
Well, exactly. And then it's like, is that a threat? And then fucking Bo oh, I can't. I've really drawn a blank. Bodie Rook is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
is like this interview's over. It's yeah. It's just so many weird character choices. And then when it shows all the action stuff, I immediately am like, this is going to be on par with Wolverine Origins.
Yeah,
This
it looks horrible. The Venom is doing like a typical monster voice. That's
yeah.
it's like, no. I mean, the best way they've ever done Venom's voice was in the animated series. It's just Eddie Brock's voice with like layering on top of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't mind the monster voice because I don't mind it, but I mean I that is a small thing. I mean their extreme dirt biking scene.
I know.
I don't get why all these heroes have to be running around like dirt biking and motorcycling and shit. Why can't a symbiote with powers just not I don't know. And then
It's the plot just sounds so stupid. It's like you you have his property. Like,
so instead of an alien, well, I mean, they can't go full actual origins. I thought the origin in Spider-Man 3, like the Raimi one, was fine. It, I mean, not the
Well,
best.
the origin made sense. I mean, like they didn't pull off Venom very well in that movie because
Well, no.
why did you get Eric Foreman? Um,
They needed a sassy Eddie Brock. Like,
and they don't. I mean, they. You only have one movie with a bunch of other crap in it too, so it's like, well, I guess there was just some weird asteroid thing and an alien was attached to it, so that's where the symbiote comes from. But
well, yeah, but they can't really do the actual origin story where
yeah,
he got it on a gladiator planet.
but like the character stuff around it was done fairly well, with the exception of the casting.
Yeah,
like, and like, but well, the way they went about how it affects Spider-Man was pretty terrible too. But it does. The black suit did sort of have that a weird effect on Peter. It did change him a little bit.
yeah, it did kind of turn him into an asshole. Like, not a dance down the street asshole, just
Yeah.
like just kind of mean to his aunt and stuff.
But yeah, then he found out that it was in the comics. He finds out from the Fantastic Four that it's like a symbiote, and it's like trying to permanently bond itself with him.
Yeah,
And he's like, "Okay, we better get this shit off of me." And then, so then the creature starts to like resent him because Peter doesn't want it.
he was like, we have fun, right? You like swinging around and
Mhm.
stuff. Don't need web cartridges. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but you're inside of me. I hate that.
So they separate for a bit, and then it comes back to him, and that's when you get the whole like church thing, which they
Yeah.
did in the movie.
Which is, I actually like that in the movie.
That was a cool scene. And then you had Eddie Brock there, and then how he gets the symbiote worked good in the movie.
I honestly don't remember. Was he cruising around with his friends in the Vista? It's like,
No, he was just at the church, and then
well, that's a happy coincidence. But
yeah, well, that's like what happens in the comic, though.
yeah,
Is Eddie Brock is just at the church, and then the symbiote like can like, I don't know, sort of senses Eddie's like similar resentment toward Peter Parker.
yeah, it's like that guy. Well, does he hate Peter Parker or Spider-Man? Or
Yeah,
does he
I
kind of
think
hate
it's
them both?
Spider-Man.
Because he made him lose his job, his health, and his apartment.
Exactly.
Every time, I think there was like a line, and I'm playing a lot of Far Cry 5 right now. There's a line in it where somebody's like, the cult came in here and they took our they said one of them. I think he says like, they took our jobs and our homes. I just started every time
Our
somebody says, every time they say they take something about our jobs, like I know South Park's the go-to reference, but I just think of that Spider-Man as like, because if they space it just enough, they took our jobs, and I'm like, yes, it's like Spider-Man.
Yeah, but the long and short of it is this Venom movie looks like garbage because
Sure.
it looks like it has nothing to do with what a real Venom story should.
Well, it was kind of like how they tried to redo when the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, where they're just like going way over the top to like, we're gonna bring you a different angle on this. It's like, no.
Uncle Ben dies because of chocolate milk.
I gotta say, I kind of had it on in the background. I didn't know that's what actually dies of chocolate milk. It's great.
that's what happens.
It's just lactose intolerant. But
No, well,
he gets gunned down
It's-
buying chocolate milk or something, right?
no, he gets. It's stupid.
Okay.
I don't even
but
want to go into it. But
fair enough.
essentially, there's chocolate milk is kind of the reason why Uncle Ben died. 'Cause Peter wanted to go out and get chocolate milk. It's stupid.
Oh, so it's kind of the same but stupider. Instead of like, it was, I don't want to do chores. So like every teenager would be kind of crushed by that. Why? It's not specific to Spider-Man. It's like, man, I was just lazy. I'm like, you go get it, Uncle. And then he fucking head fakes him and then goes out the door to skateboard or something.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't want to talk about that movie.
okay. Well, you're a Spider-Man aficionado, so I mean that those cut deep, I'm sure.
They do.
But
I'm kind of running out of steam here.
yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to bring up. I didn't mean to bring it up, and I know you're tired. You're probably you're fairy lagged, so
I am.
So yeah, we'll wrap it up. Nice long one for you. There, now you can't complain how now you three people can't complain about
Yeah,
how we missed the last
exactly.
one. So anyway, goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me. Check out some things.